I first came across window feeders about 7 years ago in Ireland, and to be honest, I dismissed them. Fishing cage feeders doing really well, but when I started going to Ireland regular, it quickly became apparent I was missing out, as they offered a different bait presentation, and they also made casting and being accurate a lot easier. Myself and the team looked at the window feeders already on the market. We felt we could do something a little bit better. When I say a little bit, we felt there was areas that could be improved. Obviously the design of a window feeder, it's a window feeder, it's how it looks. They all look very similar, but by tweaking it, changing the window size, and also adopting the exchange system, we felt we could improve on what's already out there. As for the Guru window feeders, perhaps the outstanding concept is the exchange system. Now, for those that don't know how it works, it basically allows you to chop and change lead sizes during session without having to change your feeder. So I can reel in, if I want to go from 40 to 50 gram, quick click of the lead, 40 gram off, 50 gram on, and I'm fishing again. So it's a great way of being more efficient when I'm fishing. Another key benefit for me is I can also be more sort of tidy and efficient off the bank. I can carry less feeders. By that I mean I can carry, say, 6 medium, 6 large windows, but I can carry 30, 40 and 50 gram leads for those feeders. So I have to carry less feeders as well. Less feeders means less weight. It just means it's a lot easier for me to get to my peg. The material the feeders are made of is also really important. Window feeders tend to be used on big natural venues where the terrain's really rough. You've got rocks, zebra mussels, everything's sort of against you. So they need to be really strong. And the Guru windows are made of really durable plastic, which is very thin, but very strong. So they're nice and light, fly through the air very well, but they're not going to get ripped apart by sort of snags and rocks on the bottom. The extra large swivel attachment on the windows is also worth a mention. Firstly, it's really, really strong. Window feeders come under loads of pressure, so a strong swivel attachment is a must. Secondly, something you'll notice, it's got an oversized eye, which means it's dead easy to attach. It also attaches to one of our lead clips, but most important, if you're trying to attach at speed, really easy to get your snap link swivel through it. Lastly, something you'll notice, really neat inside the feeder. Nothing really protruding, nothing that's going to get your bait clogged around it. So a really nice way of finishing the actual feeder itself. Perhaps the part that's took the most time to get right on the window feeder is the window size itself. This is something I personally have been really, really fussy about. Tried a lot of different windows on the market. I've never felt they were quite right. When I say quite right, they're either holding the bait in too long or basically releasing the bait too quick, as in I get bait come out on my head and the cast, or reel in and there's still bait in the feeder. So spent a lot of time altering, chopping and changes, cutting feeders up to make sure we got the windows the perfect size. Something else we discussed, and my personal opinion was we needed a lip on the feeder, but not a big lip, just a nice little lip just to hold the bait in. So you know when the feeder hits the surface of the water, it's keeping the bait in, getting it down to the bottom where you want it. I always think if the feeder's too open and that window feeder size is too big, it releases the bait on the surface and you're defeating the object of what you're trying to achieve. So size of the window was really important, and I feel we've got that spot on now, but also that lip makes a massive difference to how the window fishes. Bait release is a really important part of window feeder fishing, and that's why we've experimented a lot with the hole positions. What we found by tweaking them about, we can make sure the water can really penetrate the contents of the feeder once it's on the bottom, which in turn breaks the bait down, breaks the ground bait, and they release the bait exactly where you want it. Another nice little touch is, because we've got a little lip on the feeder, which as I said I feel is a massive benefit, is in holding your bait in, getting them to fish right, put a little drainage hole in the back. So when you're reeling in, you're not reeling in a feeder full of water. The little drainage hole works perfectly, allows the water to drain out, so the feeder's a little bit lighter when you're reeling in. The first two sizes in the window feeder range are extra small and small. It's worth pointing out here that these take the same exchange weights, so you don't have a different weight for different body sizes. Small and extra small, one weight fits both of those feeders. As to when I'd use them, they're small feeders, as the names would suggest. So like roaching in Ireland or end of a session, even in summer, and I just want to nick a fish. They cast really well, so I can still fish them at range, but it might just catch me an extra bream at Ferry Meadows or something like that. So just because they're small, don't think they're just a winter feeder, and for less bait, late in a session, they can be really, really good. The next two sizes in the range are medium and large. Now these are my sort of go-to feeders. I use them the most, perfect for big gravel pits, perfect for Ireland. A really nice addition to the range is the bait up feeder. It's available in 40 and 50 gram, just one body size, but it's a really good way of just kicking the swim off, particularly if you're in deep water and you're wanting to introduce a lot of worms or a lot of casters and get them down on the bottom really quick. Also, yes, it's big, but if you want it to be really, really positive, you can have a couple of quick chucks with it as a fishing feeder as well. So it's a really, really versatile bit of kit.